Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Dennis. Nice to see you all. Thank you all so much for showing up today. So, are we diving right in today, or how are
Amy,
we
are you
doing this?
going to introduce?
Introducing you. I'm going to introduce you. Sorry, this is Danielle. She is an ascension and awakening guide, master energy healer, clinical and transpersonal hypnotherapist, light body surgeon, and intuitive channel. Through utilizing her quantum, multi-dimensional abilities and talents, along with her own connection to the source, she serves both individuals and groups by guiding them through a profoundly powerful yet gentle loving process of merging one's shadow and light into oneness, thereby actioning the process of coming into wholeness from within. Having been born bridging both spirit and the physical realms, Danielle grew up exploring and embodying her multi-dimensional self. In 2016, after experiencing a sudden and surreal reincarnation in the same body experience, she was shown humanity's and the earth's potential and has dedicated her life to embodying the awakening process and showing the way of reclaiming reclaiming of our divine birthright. And that is to live as our expanded whole self, heart open, happy, healthy, free, and sovereign in the truth of who and what we are as human creators of pure source love, light, and all that is in human form. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome, Danielle, and welcome everybody to this workshop. What we are going to do now is we're going to pen Miss Danielle Lynn Viola, and she's going to take over and do her magic.
Woohoo! Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, everybody, for being here. There's nothing more beautiful than to share, right? To share the light and to be the light. Ah, it's so beautiful. And thank you, Marcy and Amy. This is their fifth year, right? It's your fifth year?
Yeah, it is our 50th.
Amazing. It's so beautiful. Thank you both so much for this beautiful platform and allowing people, to come in and to share and to come together in community. It's so beautiful. Thank you both
We're
so much.
honored to have you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, so today what I'd like to do first and foremost is let's all, I know you guys are all here. You got like the promos and the emails, but I like to just take a moment for us to just close our eyes and just center inside for a moment and just connect with your heart through intention. And through your heart, set an intention of what it is that you're looking to experience through this gathering today. Whether you're here live or watching the replay, it's all just as powerful, it's all just as impactful. And just set your intention for that, what you're looking to receive, knowing that you are worthy to receive and that you deserve everything and more that your heart desires. Beautiful. And just set that intention. And if you don't know what you want, just ask for the highest and best good for you to receive something through this that is truly beneficially impactful for you. Beautiful. All right, take a nice breath. Come back into the space. Beautiful. All right, amazing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the multidimensional nature of reality. So, for those of you who was here for or who watched the show, because in the show we spoke a lot about, well, I know you were in the show, Marcy. Yeah, so we talked about the multidimensional nature of reality. So hold on just a second. I'm just gonna, because I like to see everybody as much as I can. I'm gonna open this up. Okay, so multidimensional reality. Okay, we live in a reality that is on a spectrum. And so that spectrum is, many of us, what we call it is the electromagnetic spectrum, right? We've all heard of that, right? Where you go from like gamma rays to X rays to radio waves, right? The electromagnetic spectrum is the reality that we live in. And the reality of that is that the visible spectrum is tiny, it's a tiny little slit. So if the electromagnetic spectrum is 100 feet, then the the visible spectrum is only like 2 inches. So what does that tell you? Tells you that what we can perceive and what we know of this reality is very small. And the grandness of this reality is all in that other 100 feet or 99 point whatever feet. And so when we come from the perspective of the multidimensionality, we realize that there's a lot more going on than what we perceive in that moment. And that's where being heart-centered, coming into the heart and utilizing the heart as your beacon of light that will guide your way to navigate through that spectrum, right? And that's what we're here to do today, is to come into the heart. So, Marcy, would now be a good time to do the heart? Yeah, I
That'd
think
be
so.
great.
Perfect.
We're all ready for you.
All right. So my years doing this work, which has been such a great gift for me, has been over 10 years now doing this work. And I've had many teachers and I've had many guides and, cohorts and whatnot that have supported me and that I've learned from through the years. And so what I'm going to share with you is this book, and it's called What is Light Body? And it's written by this woman, Tashira Tachi Ren. Say that 3 times fast. And she channeled Archangel Ariel, right? Yes, Ariel. And so in this book is what's called the Unified Chakra Meditation, and that's what we're going to do right now. So what this meditation does is it brings you deeper into the heart by unifying all the multidimensional levels and layers of your fields, right? So you have your physical body, then you have your emotional body, you have your mental body, you have your spiritual body, your celestial body. So what this meditation does is it unifies all the levels and layers of your body through the heart, grounding it into the heart. And when you come into that place and you unify like that, it allows you to navigate this world much more from a place of love, compassion, to really bring forth heaven on earth through your physical form, which is what this life is really all about, is mastering the energy, mastering the consciousness, expanding the self, and bringing the self inward through the heart. So for this meditation, I am going to invite you to close your eyes. You can lay down or let go as much as you can. Find a place where your head is completely supported so that you could really let go. And you're just going to listen in to the words and follow along as I speak them, okay? And for those of you who don't know, or maybe you do know, this is in the toolkit bundle, okay? So you'd get a recording of this if that's something you're looking for. So just taking a nice, beautiful, deep breath. In through the heart, out through the heart. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, opening my heart into a beautiful ball of light, a sun, a star, allowing myself to expand. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my throat chakra and my solar plexus chakra in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body, allowing my body to open. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my brow chakra and my navel chakra in one unified field of light, within, through, and around my body, allowing my body to open even further. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my crown chakra and my base chakra in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my alpha chakra 8 inches above my head and my omega chakra 8 inches below my spine in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow the waves of Metatron to move between these 2 points. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 8th chakra above my head and my upper thighs in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow my emotional body to merge with my physical body. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 9th chakra and my lower thighs in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow my mental body to merge with my physical body. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 10th chakra above my head and to my knees in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow my spiritual body to merge with my physical body, creating the unified field of light. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 11th chakra and my upper calves in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow the oversoul to merge with the unified field. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 12th chakra and my lower calves in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow the Christ Oversoul to merge with the unified field. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 13th chakra and my feet in one unified field of light within, through, and around my body. I allow the I am Oversoul to merge with the unified field. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart, allowing the light to expand, encompassing my 14th chakra and to below my feet in one unified field of light within, through, and around my whole body. I allow the Source's presence, the Holy Shekinah, to move throughout the unified field. I am a unity of light. I breathe in light through the center of my heart and ask that the highest level of who I am radiate forth from the center of my heart, filling this unified field completely. I radiate forth throughout this day. I am a unity of spirit. And with this, feel that light coming from the heart. And you pull a line of light, a grounding cord from the center of the heart. Ground it through the body. Send it all the way through the earth, into the heart of the planet, into the crystalline core of Gaia. Gaia is the 7th dimensional version of Earth. And anchor your cord there, heart to heart with the planet, with her ascended heart and your heart, fully anchored, unified as one, and feel the connection Feel the appreciation and the gratitude, for she is our mother of the physical body. We are pure spirit, but our physical vessel, the physical body, is what allows us to be here in this physical reality. And that body is birthed through the earth. So connecting your heart in gratitude to her heart, receive the transmission of love and nurturing and support that is always available to you through the earth. Many times in our spiritual communities, we feel like it's about going up and out, when in actuality, the embodiment process is to bring spirit into the body and to ground it into the earth. For each of us here is a conduit of spirit. As a physical being here, we are a physical being, we are a spiritual being having a physical experience. And the respect and the love and the gratitude and the connection of both creates the wholeness from within. Beautiful. Just take a nice breath. And I invite you to hold this field. And in your own time, come back into the space. Your own time, nice and relaxed, eyes open. And just feel into that beautiful field of light that we all created here together. For we truly are all one. I know that we speak about that, we mention that like, oh, we're all one, we're all one. But what that actually means is that when you get down to the very core base of who we are, which we're pure energy, right? If you take anything on this planet, you put it underneath a microscope that's powerful enough, you're going to get to electrons, protons, and neutrons. That's all it is. It's energy in motion, energy in movement. And depending upon the frequency of that energy is whether it's you or me or the air or the water. And this is also coming from that multidimensional perspective of life and living. Beautiful. Does anybody have anything to share about that process or any questions? You can they can unmute, right? You could unmute yourself. No, they can't unmute. Or they could put in the chat, right? Put it in the chat if you had any questions or anything. And I'm sure you guys, Marcy and Amy, will let me know.
It was very hypnotic.
Oh, well, Dennis just did. He's magical.
You're good at it.
Thank you. Thank you,
You
Dennis.
put me under in a second.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right. So let's dive into this multidimensional heart and what's so important about it. Because your heart is literally a solar gateway. So everything in this reality is like a Russian nesting doll, right? It's like a sphere within a sphere within a sphere within a sphere, right? And that's what they talk about, like as above, so below, as the macrocosm is the microcosm, right? What that means is that, for example, this solar system, the sun, all the planets revolve around that sun. Well, your heart is literally your own sun. It's your own solar stargate. And if you notice, everything about you revolves around and through and in your heart. So when we come from that multidimensional perspective, then we start to understand just how powerful the heart really is and how important it is for us to actually pay attention to the heart. Right? To pay attention to what you're feeling, paying attention to what you're thinking. So the heart itself is so powerful. If you think about the love that you feel, it can move mountains. So I invite you into this awareness around the power of the heart. And how can you use this in a day-to-day, right? Let's make it real practical. I like to do practical things. So let's talk about practicality here. How many times do you come by a situation or a scenario and you judge it, right? Right away, you're trying to figure it out. You judge it, you put it into a box. Or when you come by something right away, you're thinking thoughts about it. You're trying to figure out whether you agree with it or not. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? All of that energy shuts the heart down. It closes the heart. So I invite you the next time you're in a scenario or situation to use this tool and this little trick. And you want to approach it like you're playing, right? You don't want to be too serious about it. But say you come into a situation and something comes into your reality and it feels you're in that place, like you're going to judge it, or you're trying to figure it out, or maybe two people are arguing and you're like trying to figure out the deal with it or who's right or who's wrong or what have you. Instead of that, I invite you to be the witness. So being the witness means you just pull back and you just look at it and you view it, right? Like as if you've got a white lab coat on and you're making notes, right? Person A said this, person B did that, no judgment, just facts, right? And then what you can do from that place, because you're just viewing it, you're just observing it, is then you send from your heart white light. So let me tell you about white light and the powerful tool of white light. I know it sounds really simple and people may say, oh, I don't really think that. But when you're coming from a multidimensional perspective, you understand and know that your thoughts are things and that thoughts create, right? Most people understand that our thoughts create reality. This is something that's been, going around the circuit for quite some time now. This idea that your thoughts create reality. So when you go into your heart and you come from that non-judgment place and you use your thought, your idea, your imagination to send this white light, if you put it, with a prism, what's in it? All the other colors. So when you use your imagination, you connect to your heart's intent and you send this white light out to the scenario, people, place, whatever this is. And this could be anything. I mean, like even something like going to a family's house for a family dinner and usually gets pretty stressful. You can send this white light to it and just flood it with white light. And what that's going to do is that white light is going to lift the frequency of the scenario situation. It's going to lift the frequency of whatever it is that you're confronted with. White light also brings clarity. If you think about it, you shine a nice bright white light on it, woo, you could see details, you get clarity from it. So let me give you a little example of this, like how it's worked in my life. So back in the day, my son and I, we lived in a 3-story walk-up. And there was a woman who lived right underneath me, and she would have the most horrible arguments with her boyfriend, and she would smoke cigarettes right outside my door, like on the stairwell, and she would leave her garbage out in front of the door. And every day I'd pass by and I'd be like, oh, and then, I'd hear them and stuff. So what I started doing, I said, you know what, I'm just going to flood them with white light. Like I literally imagined oceans of white light, like just flooding it with tons of this white light. And sure enough, I got to a point where all of a sudden I forgot about that, and I said to myself, what happened with that? And then I realized she stopped smoking. Her kids moved back in with her. I guess she broke up with the boyfriend because the boyfriend wasn't around anymore. And this is an absolute 1000% true story. And a friend of mine, who's like a brilliant seer. I mean, she's like this just like amazing seer, And I was talking with her one day and she said to me, what is going on at your place? I said, well, what do you mean? She goes, your whole building, like she lived out in Nevada, and she's like, your whole building is floating. She's like, your entire building is just like floating. And I told her the story, what I was doing. And she said, oh my God. Like, it's like, no wonder, like, she's like, I go mentally into your space and I'm just like, on top of, waves of water. So yeah, so it absolutely works. So this is a great tool to support you in living a more heart-centered, heart-whole, multidimensional, empowered place, knowing that you truly can impact the world around you and your reality on such a profound level. Just earlier today, I was with a client, and this client had stage 4 breast cancer, and it had, after the mastectomy, it metastasized and it went all over. And I was working with her on these kinds of things that I'm sharing with you today. And amazing today, she is no longer, I don't want to say it's 100, I don't want to say it's 100% out, but she no longer has the tubes. She's able to fully function. She's up walking around. She's on her healing journey. She's no longer stage 4. She's living her life. And it's like such an amazing thing to sit and to support people, because knowing that this stuff is real, it's 1000%. And when you really know that and you really experience that within yourself, you become so empowered that there's really nothing that you can't really do, because the power of your mind, along with the power of your heart, focused on your intention of what you're looking to create from a pure place, can move mountains. It really can move mountains. And so that's what I'm here to support you in and to share a little bit about what I know in terms of this multidimensional living. When we approach life from a place of, I don't need to know all the answers, all I need to know is that when I'm heart-centered and I live my place from that, and we're going to get into more about what that really means and is, but when I'm heart-centered and I live from that place, then I'm always on my highest timeline. I'm always in the highest reality that I possibly can be, because your heart is literally your portal, stargate, to the Creator, to Source itself. It's through the heart. If you think about it, the heart is the very first organ that develops in the human fetus. The very first. And why is that? Because that's life. Because that's the life force energy pumping into that physical vehicle that then allows the spirit to house it and animate it. And so when we remember that and we live from that place, our lives profoundly shift into something that is so beautiful that we never even knew we could dream of how beautiful it could be when we live from that empowered place. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So hold on just a second. I just want to check something here to make sure I'm on pace here. Okay, so that's a tool that you can use for heart-based living that will help you to be on that highest timeline. Also, when you are heart-based living and you follow your heart. So what does it mean to follow your heart? Follow your joy, follow your passion. Following your heart means also listening to when you don't feel good. It's like, I don't feel good. How many times we don't feel good and then we don't pay attention to it? We just kind of push through it, which is understandable. We've been conditioned and programmed to be that way. But we're stepping into a whole new way of being on the planet. So much is shifting and changing so quickly. And believe me, the shift and change that you're seeing out in the world, the craziness and the haphazardness, that's a direct reflection of the shift and change that we're in. Because what it's doing is it's showing us where we've been out of alignment. It's showing us where the illusions are. It's showing us where we are putting our focus into things that aren't really truly for our highest and best good. And so your heart knows that. So one thing to say is that when you are in your heart and you choose to pay attention to what you're feeling, like right now, just for a moment, just close your eyes, because this is an inside job. Right? So when we do this work, we close our eyes because it's an inside job. And just feel into your heart. Just connect into the heart. It's like, heart, how are you feeling right now? And just first impressions, use your intuition. Intuition is one of the strongest things, that and our imagination. Excuse me. And just pay attention. What is your heart feeling? What message does your heart have for you right now? And just listen. And it's like, what is it, heart, that makes you unhappy? What is it, heart, that I could do or change to help support moving into more happiness? And just jotting these answers down, taking note of these things and doing this from time to time, and then following, taking action. It first starts with paying attention. Emotions are energy in motion. I'll say that again. Emotions are energy in motion. And they need to be paid attention to. For too long, we've ignored them in favor of physical life and what we got to do and where we got to be. So just spending a couple of moments in the day would be amazingly helpful, right? That with the white light technique and being in neutrality, I think that's a good start for now. Okay. So the last thing I want to say about the heart before we get into another experience here is how the heart helps us to be aligned with our true north, right? With that higher timeline. So your heart cannot lie. Now the brain, the mind can lie, right? Right? And the brain's very dualistic, right? It goes left brain, right brain, left brain, right. So when we try to think about things, we try to figure things out, A lot of times we go in circle and we wind up landing nowhere, right? How many people have experienced that? Yeah, the brain going back and forth, right? Not landing anywhere where we feel like, yeah, exactly, a hamster wheel. Perfect, yes, Kimberly. Absolutely, a hamster wheel. So here's the thing. The heart is a single point of focus. It's your sun. So the next time you feel challenged and you're not sure, or you're confused or insecure, or it's like, oh, which way do I go? What do I do with this? It's like, okay. Just clear that energy out. Take a nice deep breath. Just calm the mind. The breath can very much help with calming the mind. Just focusing, breathing in. Breathe out through the mouth. Land deeper into the heart. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel how everything slows down. One more time. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Land into the heart. And then from this place, this still, quiet place, you can then bring in your question. What do I do with this? Which path is really the best path for me? Right? So if you've got 3 different paths ahead of you, you're not sure, clear your space, get grounded into the body, connect into the heart. And now it's like your channel is open, that Stargate portal to source, to the creator, to your higher beingness, to your multidimensionality is aware, meaning the higher self information is now available. The oversoul information is now available, right? You open up that heart in that still, nice, clear, open channel, bring in the question. Is it this, or this? And feel into it, because it's an intuitive. When we live multidimensionality, we are trusting our intuition. We're building that trust with our intuition. We step into that intuitive place and we receive information. It's not about, when you're in this place, and say it's like, should I do A or should I do B? You get yourself clear, you bring it in. Is it A? You just feel into A. And it's like, what do I intuitively get the very, very first thing? Don't judge it or try to figure it out, but just trust the very, very first thing that you get. And it could be a feeling. It could come through something you hear. It could come through something, maybe you're visual and you see. Maybe you feel in your body, right? Maybe you just know things. Maybe you hear your own voice in your head speaking to you, right? So whether you're clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. And what you want to do is you want to write it down as soon as you get it. Because then, because the ego mind, the mind will want to rationalize it and make it logical and say no or yes or all these other things. So you want to just like be intuitive, be clear, go into the heart. The heart has the answers, because your heart is your portal to your higher beingness. We are being called in this time to live as our higher being. And how do I know this? Because it shows up in our reality. We can't trust, authority that it's going to be right and true. We can't trust, the information that we get, right? We're in information overload as what we could trust. It's not like the way it was, many years ago. Even when I was a kid, it was like, oh, people said this, then you listened, you did that, and everything worked out okay. And it's just not like that anymore. We're being called to discern for ourselves what is real and true and right for us, and honor that, even against the odds. And so living from that multidimensional heart can definitely help you to step into that, to embody that, to live as that, and to find your empowerment and your truth and your true north in that space. If anybody has any questions, you could put them in the chat. Are you guys liking this? Are you enjoying this? Do you feel like you're getting something out of it? Okay, cool. Amazing. All right, good.
And just so everyone knows, we'll address all the questions at the end, because we're going to turn off the recording so you have privacy. Okay? But please put them in the chat as we go along.
Thank you, Marcy. All right, awesome. So here's the thing. So a lot of my students and clients, we talk about and work with the heart And many times it feels like there's interference energies, like, oh, I know that this is something I should be doing, or that I should be going to the heart, but like there's something stopping me, or I'm feeling sluggish, or I'm feeling fatigued, or I forget all the time. There's so many of these different things. Remember that electromagnetic spectrum. The visible spectrum is small, so all that interference is in that other area of the spectrum that keeps us from being able to connect in and to be able to take action on the information that we get. So I'm going to share with you guys a very powerful process that we're going to do right now together, and it's called the quadruple grid clearing technique. And this is also part of the bundle too. And I'm just going to take a sip of water. Okay, so this technique, it involves multidimensional beings to assist and support us in clearing all the levels and layers of our fields multidimensionally and through that spectrum to bring in clarity, more stability, more energetic resource, clears brain fog. You can even clear density, heaviness from the body, things of that nature. And this is one of the prime tools that all my students and clients are like, wow, right? This really has shifted things for me. And the best thing is you could do it anytime, anywhere. And you know, at times in my life, I was doing it like 3 times a day because I needed it. Like I was shifting so heavy. There was heavy stuff going on, and I really needed to just clear as much as I could so that I could really step into the embodiment of what that shift was bringing to me. So this comes from Angelic Outreach, which is an organization. They offer a lot of these kinds of processes. If you're interested, you can Google them and look them up. My teacher, my channeling teacher that I started working with back in 2017, introduced me to this process and to Angelic Outreach. So it requires the assistance and support of 4 quantum multidimensional beings to do their process. Now understand that we live in a world of ask and you shall receive, right? How many people have heard of ask and you shall receive? Or Esther Hicks talks about ask and you shall receive. Yes, that's absolutely true. When you ask, you will receive. It is part of the dynamic of the structure of this reality. So be careful what you ask for, right? And I know I've had many people say, well, I ask for things and it doesn't come. That's a whole nother conversation as to why it doesn't come. We could talk about that in another time, but believe me, there definitely is profound reasons for that. Okay, so when you connect with, oh, this is something I want to say to you guys. Super important. If you walked away from this gathering with nothing else, this is the most important thing. Build a relationship with your higher power. Build a relationship with your higher power. What does that mean? It means that you are the avatar, the physical being here in this reality. But you are so much more than that. So just the way you have God, source, creator, whatever word you want to give for, you know, the being or the energy that started this, all that we're in right now. Say for linear terms, source, God, creator is here, right? We are stepped down in another dimension. God knows how. That's kind of funny, the pun. God knows what dimension, you know, source is in, but we're known to be in the 3rd dimension. So say we're down here, right? But you are source. You've come from source. You are the creation of source that is creating in these realms, which means that for you to make it from there to here, you had to travel that far, which means there's a version of you in all these dimensions, right? There is a version of you. If you have any belief in a higher power or any kind of a creator, or that there's some sort of energy out there that started it all, you came from that. You weren't like an idea in the mind of God, so to speak, and then poof, you're just in the 3rd dimension. You had to be birthed through the canal of existence into the 3rd dimension. So living multidimensionally connect with that higher power, whatever that is, whether it's your higher self, your angel, your guardian, God, whatever that is for you, the archangels. Build that connection and ask. Ask for whatever it is that you want. If you're somebody feeling stuck, or you're somebody who's ill, or you're somebody who doesn't, there's something not right, there's some area of your life that's just not fulfilling, ask. Say, higher power, whatever that is. Higher power, I'm looking to understand more and to step into full health and vitality, or to step into that beautiful harmonic relationship with somebody, or stepping into that perfect fulfilled position, in my work. Ask, you shall receive. Now, when you receive, it may not look like what you think, but that's where letting go. That's where understanding where that spectrum, you're only seeing this. You can't possibly know everything that's happening in the background. And so trust, right? And I know I'm saying trust as if like, it's a light switch, just trust. I mean, there's a journey getting to trust, right? I'm not saying like, you should just do it and that's it. No, there's a journey, right? Because we've been taught to like not trust in every possible way. But what I'm sharing with you is develop that relationship. Start playing around with it. Try it. Work with it. Ask questions. So there's affirmations. Most people know affirmations, right? An affirmation is like, I am healthy and vital, right? I am successful and loved, whatever it is, right? But then there's also the affirmation, which is just as powerful. So an affirmation is when you don't know. Affirmations are really powerful to use when like, say, it's like, God, whatever, I just want to be abundant already. I've been like struggling my entire life and I just don't know how to get out of it. So an affirmation is why. You ask, why am I still not in abundance? Why am I still struggling? I want to know. Show me. And then you open yourself up to the idea that spirit, universe works in that invisible spectrum through nature, through the elements, right? Some people, like they say, oh, when an angel feather falls in front of me, that means it's an angel, like a bird feather. Or, oh, when I see shiny coins, that means this, right? There's signs, signals, synchronicity. You could say to that, say, you know what? I want to know why. I want you to bring to me the signs, signals, synchronicity is going to tell me why. And when it happens, I'm going to know. And that's called conditioning your energetic space, because you are a powerful being and you are able to connect with, not only you're able to, you're meant to, because you are part of nature. You're part of the universe. You're part of the cosmos. There's those that say that the whole cosmos is inside of each of us, right? That we're made of stardust and, and there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. You are a fractal of the all that is in this physical form. And again, that's another conversation that we'll get to. But so what we're going to do is we're going to do this quadruple grid clearing. And so what you're doing is you're connecting with these beings. You're telling them what to do. They're your eyes and ears in the multidimensional realm. And you are the avatar, the conduit in physical form here that is actualizing that, because you're the one who has to take action in the physical, because physical action and action creates physicality. But you're calling on these beings to say, hey, help me out over here. You're going to do all of this in the realms and you're going to support me here in this. And you always do it with love and gratitude. So here we go. I'm going to take another drink of water. Water is really important to stay hydrated whenever you're doing any kind of intuitive work, energy work. Awesome. Let's go. Okay. So again, it's inside job. So you're going to close your eyes. All right, beautiful. So this process is designed to clear your fields of energetic junk. And this technique requests the following groups to do their specific functions. So first we have the legions of Michael. And these are the angelic realms associated with Archangel Michael. And they're good at infusing energy into a structure and maintaining the structure itself. We then have Grace Elohim. And Grace Elohim, the Elohim are like powerful energies that hold archetypal energy and structure, like love or peace or joy. And Grace Elohim is like this beautiful kind of effervescent divine lubricant. And then we have Zior Continuum. And these are a group of beings who originate from another universe. Excuse me. These are pure energy beings, and they hold sentient embodiment of physical forces like gravity, electricity, magnetics, thermals, so on. And they've come to assist the Earth and all her inhabitants through the electromagnetic shifts that we're experiencing, preparing us for this awakening, this ascension that is happening on the planet. And they're always available to assist upon request. And then we have finally in this process Circle Security, and they're like the cosmic traffic police. And their job is to set up, keep clear, and maintain interdimensional and inter-universal communication grids. Okay. So we're going to ask these specific groups to set up their level of the grid, designating the geometric shape, size, and location. And we're going to use spherical grids as they are the most stable. So I just want you to play around with this. I just want you to feel into the energy of the moment for you. And just take a note. And take a nice breath. And here we go. Legions of Michael. Grid level 1. Spherical my fields. Grace Elohim. Grid level 2. Spherical my fields. Zior Continuum. Grid level 3. Spherical my fields. Circle Security. Grid level 4. Spherical my fields. And so feel, sense, perceive the spherical grids forming around you. Grace Elohim, please infuse your grids with your frequencies and with the aid of liberty and purity. Elohim, please reabsorb into the source all astral entities, stray electromagnetic frequencies, fear, panic, disharmony, anger, adverse feng shui and astrological influences, expectation, frustration, viruses, fungi, bacteria, worry, resistance, astral distortions, miscommunications, sadness, enemy patterning, scarcity, loneliness, devices, other people's pictures of reality, telepathic imaging, shock, trauma, grief, despair, shame, guilt, tension, anxiety, energetic imprinting, confusion, ungroundedness, toxins, density, separation, astral gateways and portals, powerlessness, lack consciousness, and anything else not mentioned in this or any other language, but which you know needs to leave the space at this time. And so just feel and sense and perceive your fields clearing. Use the imagination and the breath to support the process. If you were feeling really icky, I would suggest using your hands and your arms to indicate the release and the letting go. But the more you connect with this, the more you use your imagination, the more you trust the process, the more impactful it is for you. But even without any of that, it's still super impactful. And just a couple more beautiful breaths. Beautiful. Legions of Michael, please infuse your grid with the energies of grace, purity, hope, faith, liberty, peace, harmony, love, mercy, rapture, and victory. Elohim, intimacy, the unified chakra, clarity, full connection to spirit, tolerance, clear communication, health, abundance, balance, alignment, grounding, following spirit without hesitation, presence, mastery, sovereignty, serenity, centeredness, living heaven, the violet fire of light, balance, focus, integration energies, and support, and anything else not mentioned in this or any other language, but which you know needs to be in this space at this time. And as you breathe, feel your fields filling up with this beautiful, supportive energy. Feel the infusion of these frequencies. As you soften the body, open, relax, allow, and receive. Allowing your fields to fill up. And make sure you're breathing. Ooh, feels so good. Lovely. Beautiful. And once you feel that your fields are full, we say, seal grid, thank you. Zior Continuum, please set your grid for harmonization and optimization of electrical, magnetic, and gravitational frequencies. Please ensure that my fields remain harmonized with all of the electronic and mechanical devices in my space, and that I and the electronic and mechanical devices in my space remain harmonized in frequency with any electromagnetic surges, ley line activity, Schumann resonance, and any other electromagneto-gravitational events and conditions occurring in this area. Thank you. Circle security, please realign and reharmonize with upper dimensional grid works, clearing all parasites and distortions off the grids. And please infuse frequencies for clearer connection and communication with spirit through my beautiful heart. And seal grid. Thank you. And just feel into your body. I know for me, like doing this, I always feel this. Sometimes it's more profound than others, sometimes it's more subtle than others, but I feel like this sense of more pristine energy. I have been doing this process for every day for almost 2 years now. I've gotten to the point where I could do this process in one single breath. My team is very acclimated. I just say, all right, team, we're doing it. We're doing the grids. Let's do it on the breath. Beautiful thing is that when you get the recording, you can pause it and then add whatever you want to it. So say you just had like an argument with somebody and you're feeling all that pent up energy. You can literally, in the middle of the recording, just pause it and add what you want to release there. Right? If you're experiencing physical pain, emotional, mental, anything at all, you can pause it and add it to the clearing. And same thing with infusing. You say, you know, you need more trust, you need more whatever it is in your life, right? In that moment. Oh, a little squirrely came up to the window. But you can infuse it in. You can infuse in anything. It is super, super, super powerful. Like all my clients and students love it. You know, this really helps too, because when your fields are clear like that, your connection is much more profound. And you have a lot more energy and resource to do what you need to do. This is a great thing to do also if you're not feeling well. Feel like you're starting to get a cold, you know, you feel like you're fatigued or whatever, do the clearing. You will definitely feel better afterwards. And it will help to move any kind of anything that's in the body, any kind of bug, it will move it through the body much quicker. Okay. All right. I hope you guys found that helpful. Okay. So let's see here. So give me a thumbs up if you're here with me. Yay. Okay. Thank you so much. It's always good to check in. Okay. All right. So again, like any questions, put them in the chat. So let's check the time here. How are we doing on time? Okay, good. So we got about another half hour. Beautiful. Amazing. Okay. So we talked about the portal gateway of the heart. So let's talk a little bit about the keepers. Okay. So I am a light body surgeon. And one of the first things that I do when I work with somebody in light body is I help them to connect in with their body's consciousness. So now everything has consciousness. So what is consciousness? Consciousness is awareness. Everything has awareness, including your body. Has anybody here heard of Dr. Emoto? Messages from water. Yeah. Profound work. So that work shows that the body is made up of like 70+% of water. And what Dr. Emoto did was he took water, put it in a jar here, put it in a jar there, right? One jar said like, I hate you, you're disgusting. The other jar would say like, I love you, kisses and hugs, right? And he would spend time sending that energy to it. So the I hate you, you're ugly, or I love you, you're beautiful, right? And what he found was when he crystallized it, when he froze that water and he put it under a microscope, he found that the jar that had the words that were like negative, right? Where like, I hate you, the formations of the icicles in that water were like all distorted, just really nasty looking, very ugly. Whereas the crystal of the ice of the water that was loved was beautiful, angelic, geometric, right? So this is what I mean by everything has consciousness. Everything is affected by what you think and what you feel. The days of us, sitting thinking that our thoughts are our own and they don't, mean much, or that they're nobody's business, or I'm not saying people need to know what you're thinking, but that your thoughts are your own and they don't affect anything. It's like, that's over. Because the truth is your thoughts affect everything around you. I actually have a book called Myself, My Car. Oh, My Car, Myself by Michael Lincoln. Amazing book. And in the book, it shows like, all right, so here's the thing. Everything around you that's in your home, everything that you own, whether it's a vehicle or your house or the plumbing that runs through your house, is an extension of your energy. So like in that book, My Car, Myself, it shows like, okay, so if I get a pebble comes up in my windshield and cracks my windshield, what is that saying about me? Because my car is myself, right? And so, for example, your windshield is like what you see through. So it's like, what are you not willing to look at? What are you not willing to see? Right? So I shared this story in the last gathering that we had with Marcy and Amy, but I'll share it again really quickly here. So I love big crystals. I have big boulders of crystals all throughout my house. And back when I was with my son's father, he hated them. He was like, these rocks, they're blah, blah, blah. He just was cursing them out. He hated them. But when he would go to vacuum and he'd have to pick up these big crystals, they'd cut him. And he's like, I'm not touching these crystals anymore because every time I do, I get cut. And I'm like, you know why you're getting cut? Because they know you don't like them. Everything has consciousness, right? So your body listens to everything you say to it. Everything you say, everything you feel, everything you think, all those thoughts, feelings that you have largely no awareness of, right? For the most part. Right? How many of us really remember how many thoughts we have in a day, right? But your body's listening, and it's not just listening, it's acquiescing. Because remember, ask and you shall receive. So if you're saying to yourself like, oh, I'm dumb, or I'll never get this, or I'll be stuck forever, then your body's going to be like, okay, no problem. We got you. You're done. You'll be stuck forever. And then you're emitting that energy into the fields of existence. And we live in a world of frequency matching where the fields are going to match and reflect back to you. So, for example, if you feel like you're dumb and you're stuck, then chances are you're going to be somebody who's going to experience a lot of situations and circumstances where you're going to feel stuck, or you're going to attract to you people, places, and things that are going to induce you to feel like you're stuck, right? So the body consciousness is something just as important as connecting with your higher beingness is connecting with your body's consciousness. Right? So how do we do that? First, connecting just with your body and acknowledging your body and acknowledging what your body needs. So when you're thirsty, drink water. When you're tired, go to sleep. When your eyes are dry, nourish them to moisten them. When you get an ache in your knee, instead of like feeling like you just got to medicate it or you try to like resist it, ask your knee, what's going on? Talk to your knee. Connect with your knee. Nurse your knee. And how do you do that? You just go into the consciousness of your knee. Use your imagination. Say, knee, what do you want? Oh, my knee wants to be lifted up. My knee wants an ice pack on it. My knee wants to be told that it's loved, right? My knee to me feels like a little baby, like it needs to be held, right? You're just kind of using your intuition, connecting with your heart. Play. We are so much more than what we've ever been told. You have the ability to work with these things in a really, truly beneficially impactful, dare I say, magical way. And it's only magical because we've been taught otherwise. Because it's really not magical. It's just the way it is, but we just have been so far removed from it. So the body's consciousness, speak nice things to your body. Speak nice things to yourself. Be aware of when, your thoughts are going down a rabbit hole of whether it's negativity or worry. Like bring yourself back into the heart, into the present. Realize everything happens for a reason. You may not know that reason right now, right? Connect with the body's consciousness. Which reminds me, I want to share with you guys, what was it? It was the 3 things. Yes. The 3 things that will shift you to a higher timeline. Do we have, okay, yes. 3 things. Okay. So the first thing I said was building the relationship with your higher power and conditioning your energetic space. So these are the 3 things that are going to lift you into a higher timeline, into a higher experience of life, into a higher expression of yourself, right? Where everything aligns a lot more easily and you're attracting the synchronicities and the people, places, and things that are truly aligning with where you're heading. Not where you've been, but where you're heading. Okay? So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is search out joy and fun and laugh. Search out things. Make it a daily thing. Don't let a day go by without you saying, how can I laugh today? How can I have more fun today? How can I bring more joy into my life? It's so easy to get caught up in the minutia, and it's like, no, I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing connection. I'm choosing fun. The third thing is create more than you consume. We're creators. We're the creation of the creator that's creating. If you're not creating, you're going against the very rhythm of your beingness. When we create, we flow. And when we flow, we glow and we grow. And that's what we're looking for. So creating, you can't help but to create. You're creating this very moment right now by everything you thought, felt, and did up until this point in time. You are the creator. So creating can be cooking your meal, but doing it consciously, knowing that you're creating, putting love into it. Creating is, shifting the furniture around in your living room. That is creating. Creating is writing, singing, movement. Creating is putting together a plan for the weekend of enjoyable things you're going to do. Creating is going into the forest and making a little leaf pile. And, these are things, create. Create with your mind, create with your heart. Set your intentions, condition your energetic space what you want, use the white light, create, create, create. Because the more we consume, the more we burden ourselves with processing outside stimuli, which hinders our ability to create, to live, to thrive. So many of us are so caught up on our cell phones and on our computers and in front of our television sets, and we are consuming, consuming, consuming. And when we are in the consuming mode, then we stop our creative abilities. We stop that creative flow, which means we go against ourselves, right? So create more than you consume, and create with love and with joy. And life will be a lot more enjoyable. You'll align a lot more with your resonance. Your heart will open a lot more, and you'll find yourself on that higher timeline, right? And follow the passions and the interests. Understanding that when you follow your passion and your interest, you're aligning with your soul's song. the things that truly interest you, and allow that to bring you on a journey of self-realization. Yeah. So I want to at this time offer to you guys, I have a special offer for you guys here on the show. And it's an offer to work with me. It's 4 live sessions. The first session is like a consultation session where we dive into like what you really want, or what you're looking for, or why you reached out, and what you're looking, to get out of the work together. The second one is a soul contract reading, which is a very profound reading. It supports you in so many different ways in getting to and navigating your life into a higher timeline. It literally, a soul contract reading will literally give you the blueprint of your life. It'll answer all the questions as to why you're here. It'll talk to, the karma that you brought into balance. It'll talk to you about what the gifts and talents that you are here to share. It'll talk to you about the goals that your soul set for you in this lifetime. It's really a very empowering reading. It can help you to express your natural talents in a deeper way. It can help you to turn on more of your intuitive abilities. It can help you to start manifesting your heart's desires. There's so much that goes with a soul contract reading, and that's why it is like a flagship thing that I do coming out of the gate. Whenever I start working with anybody, I always do a soul contract reading, because it really answers a lot of questions, gives a lot of insight, and through that reading, we're really be able to pinpoint exactly why you showed up for that reading and what you're looking to get out of it. And then that leads to the next session, which is the healing session, which the healing session will be tailored completely to you. The healing session is a 2-hour session. It's a deep dive. And it can be around any theme that you want, or whatever it is that you're looking to clear. A lot of times the information comes through the channeled reading, because the soul contract reading is really a channeled reading. And we get to an understanding of like why you're really there and what really you're looking to heal and bring balance. My healing sessions are very dynamic. They're everything from, hypnotherapy to straight channeled healing. Sessions can definitely support you in clearing your soul records, clearing ancestral lines, trauma, unresolved past life issues, hidden ego agendas, issues from this lifetime, interference energies, physical, mental, emotional imbalances, blocked energy in the body, in the organs, within the energy fields, relieving stress and trauma pertaining to certain situations, circumstances. It's really a channeled form of healing where I tune into your higher self, and your higher self tells me like, this is what, Kimberly's ready to heal, right? This is what this person is ready to heal. And then we talk about it. We have an exchange, about it. We do a deep dive into it, and you're part of the process the entire time, right? So it's definitely a co-creation when we step into the healing work. And then a coaching session, which is a half-hour coaching session. And all these sessions are recorded. They come with tons of tools and supportive processes for you to really help you to fully integrate the healing that came through the sessions. So if that's something that interests you, typically it's 1111, but it's a special offer for the show for $777, which is very interesting because I pulled this card right before the show and it was number 77, beginnings. How funny is that, right? This is
It's amazing, but not surprising.
Yes.
And for anybody who was just listening to this offer, I have to tell you, I mean, we've had a lot of people on our shows. I think Danielle is probably the most generous person who we've ever had as a guest. And I also think that even, your estimate of the value, the original value of your offer is low. Knowing the caliber of your work, knowing the incredible healing work that you do, where you take your clients to, and the results that they have had. Just amazing. So I've put the link in the chat. Everybody, please check it out. And again, this is a special offer just for you, $777. Incredible. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you, Marcy, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So we have about 15 minutes left. What do we want to do from here? Did we want to, maybe what we'll do is we'll do one short last process and then we'll open it up to a little bit of Q&A. How does that sound, Marcy?
However you'd like to do it. Yeah, this is your
Okay.
time.
Okay. All right. So what I'd like to do is just do a little process with you guys, just really as a reminder. So just closing your eyes and just feeling into your body. And this is a reminder. When we come into this world, we come in pure innocence. And sure, we come in as a soul. We already have some preloaded things going on in us, which is all good. But we come in as an innocent baby, right? Learning to be in the world once again. And I want you to remember that innocence. For you are innocent. You came into this world, as we all do, with the highest and best intentions. For nobody comes into the world saying, I want to be horrible and do horrible things, right? No, we all come into the world hopeful, filled with joy. If you think of an innocent baby, they're filled with joy and love and curiosity. Everything's magical. Everything's a wonder, right? The wonder of life. I want you to reconnect with that part of yourself. Because you know what? Every version of you that led you into the person that you are here in this now moment today, every version of you exists inside of you. Take that in. And so remember your innocence. Because your true core state of being, your innate state of being, is that love, that joy, that wonder, that curiosity, that imagination, that automatic connection that you don't even have to think about, it's just there. That's who you really are. Who you really are is that pure, loving being. A baby just opens its arms to the world around it. It has no fear. It learns fear. So what does that tell us? It tells us that anything that is not love, anything that's fear-based, is a program. It's not who you really are. It's not who any of us are. And so recognize that innocence inside of you. You, through your life, you were always just doing the very best you could with what you had available to you. And there's no exclusion to that. That applies to everyone, even the jerk next door that you can't stand. So the next time that you experience something doesn't feel good to you, or you see something in the world or someone in the world that's doing something that's upsetting you, just see the innocence in them. See the child, the wounded child with all those unmet needs. Because that's who they really are. They're really that pure love, joy, and wonder. That's your core state of being. That's all of our core state of being. So I invite you into that awareness, to hold that for yourself, and the next time you can hold that for somebody else. See them as the wounded child, just doing the best they can with what they have. And remember to practice opening your heart from that place of awareness, neutrality. Beam that white light. It'll come back to you threefold. Just take a nice deep breath with that. Beautiful. Yes. Much love. Honoring you all. And thank you again for being here. And Marcy and Amy, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I guess we can move to questions. Yeah.
Sure. And I just want everyone, I want to remind you to please click on that link in the chat. Take a look at what Danielle is offering you. It really is an amazing offer. And if there's also any questions that you have pertaining to that, you can put those in the chat. any comments, just know that the value of it is actually priceless. We can't even put a price tag on it. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because I've experienced Danny's work personally. And I just can't tell you enough just what a life-changing opportunity this is. And what a perfect time, January of 2026. We soon go into the fiery horse, right, with the Chinese New Year. And yeah, go with gusto, right? Get all that clearing work done. Let go of everything that's keeping you separate from being who you came here to be. And let's all just step into our greatness, into our light, and be full spectrum, multidimensional beings of light and the creators that frequency will enable us to be. So with that, okay, Danny, so do you want to take some Q&A? We do have some in the chat if you want to take a look there. And then everyone, if you have questions or comments, please put them in the chat. We'll take from there. And then if time permits, yeah, well, we'd like to actually hear from you. Okay, so.
Do you
let's
want to
see.
stop the recording, guys, or how do you want
Oh,
to
we
do
do want to stop the recording,
Keep
Ames.
it
Thank you
nice
for
and
that.
private, so we are
Yeah.
not broadcasting out to everybody? So let me just double check here.